In this, the fourth video in the Building a Sample Site Plan series, we begin to add content to the site plan file. If you have not completed the previous videos, you are encouraged to do so. The resource files for this video can be downloaded from the page where this video is found. You should download the resources as there are images in the download that will be used in this and future videos in the series. Prior to beginning, take a moment and navigate to the Site Plan Assessment document on the blainerobertson.net site. The URL for this page is shown in the video. Read through the document. It will explain all of the content that is expected in the site plan. This video will address the site description section of the plan. The next two videos will address the content architecture and style guide sections respectively. It is important for you to understand that these videos are demonstrations and the content included will be nonsensical in many instances. As you construct your own site plan, your content must be accurate, detailed, and directly related to the site you will build for this course. The site plan content is the content of the page. The actual content is built inside of the main element. All code in this video will be placed there. As you begin, it is important to think of the content as an outline. At the very top of our sample site plan document, we have a Level 1 heading, an H1, that identifies the website. But now that we are entering content, we probably want another H1 to clearly identify the content of the page, Site Plan. We can then add additional headings to provide key points for our outline. Reviewing the site description section of the Site Plan Assessment document, you see that there are 5 topics to be covered. These 5 topics are subservient to the site description heading, which is subservient to the site plan heading. Using HTML to indicate these various levels is done by using headings. H1 is the most important heading. H2 would be next, H3 next, and so on. Since I have 3 levels of headings, those will be the headings I will use. Refer to the video to see that I create the headings first, then I will return and add the content. With the headings in place, I am ready to add content. Looking again at the site plan assessment file, I see that the site name, purpose statement, and target audience description sounds pretty much like text. The primary means of adding text to a web page is the same as a word processing document, using a paragraph. From a writing perspective, each paragraph conveys a single idea. That is what I will use for the site name and purpose statement. Refer to the video. The target audience description is not completely clear as to what is needed, so I will jump to a file that explains it. See the address on the screen, and a link is provided on the page where the video is found and in the syllabus or lesson overview pages. Near the bottom of the document, I find that there is a list of things, for example, age, gender, economics, education, as well as others. Because of this, a paragraph might work, but it sounds like a list is better. None of these things is more important than another, so an unordered list should do the job. Refer to the video for this content. The next item that is required is to provide a persona or personas. Again, I'm not sure what all that means, so I will refer to a document that gives me more detail. Links to this file are provided. As with the audience description, I see that a persona has a list of items: their name, an image, their job, demographic information, as well as others. So an unordered list sounds best. See the video for this content. I intentionally skipped adding the image until now. When adding an image to a web page, you must recognize that the image is not truly part of the page. It remains a separate file, but space is created in the web page for it to be displayed. So, to create this space, we use the img or image element with a source attribute indicating where the actual image can be located, and an alt attribute containing text to display if the image cannot be displayed. There are additional attributes that can be added, but will not be added now. One other thing to keep in mind: images can be very large and very heavy. It is your responsibility to make your images only as large as they need to be, use an image editing program to resize them, and to compress them so that they are as light as possible. The persona images are in the Images folder, and our male persona image is Henry_Tn.jpg, while the female image is Grace_Tn.jpg. Refer to the video for the code to include the images. The final content block in the description section is for the scenarios. Once again, this is a word that I may not be familiar with, so I'm going to look at a resource to help me. Refer to the links to the resource as provided. Having looked at the file, I see that a scenario is a question, but one that the content of my website should answer. Typically, you want to collect these questions from members of the target audience. I also see in the site plan assessment that I need a minimum of 10 scenarios. Since I need a specific number, it seems that an ordered list is just the ticket. By using an ordered list, each item in the list will have a number next to it. Thus, when it displays on the browser window, it will be easy to identify each scenario by number and make sure I have at least 10. Refer to the video for examples of the ordered list with the scenarios. With the content now in place for the site description section of the site plan, I'm almost done with this tutorial. But there is one last thing that I want and need to do. When we started this video, we did so by adding a heading for the site description title. I want to return to that heading and add an ID attribute to it. This will allow me to distinguish this Level 2 heading from any others that may be added to the page. See the code as entered in the video. It appears as if the site description section of the plan is now done. Be sure to proofread your own site plan, the real one, not the demo you are doing in this video. And make sure that the content is real and meaningful and grammatically correct. Poor writing conveys a powerful and negative message to those who read it. Make sure your writing is clear and error-free.